So before we get into the next battle, I've got a quick team update to show you guys. I've actually brought in Crobat and got rid of Empoleon just because we had a huge fighting weakness, particularly Mienshao, and also a huge weakness to Nidoking. So Crobat essentially covers both of them and still gives us that defog support. However, we did lose Rocks, so I've had to replace Happy with this Swampert here to give us that Stealth Rock support. Hopefully this team should fare a little bit better against some of the most common threats now, and hopefully we can get a couple of good battles. So let's just get straight into one. And yeah, like I said, hopefully get a couple of decent battles this time round. So hopefully we can find a battle soon. Kind of want to test this new team out. Here we go, finally in a battle. I see some threatening stuff. Rotom Cut, don't see that too much. Hippowdon's going to be a problem, potentially going to lead out of that. Rotom Cut's going to be a thing, so a little unsure to lead with at this point. I'm just going to lead out with Noxio the Darmanitan. He's actually going to lead out with Hippowdon, so this is a little annoying, but I can just U-turn out. I will reveal I'm Life Orb by U-turn out, but at the same time I cannot do anything else to this thing. The rocks are, yeah, Noxio. The rocks are obvious, so I just got into Crobat, so I can defog these away. It does seem my safest play, so I will go for it. It's going to probably bring in. I was actually going to bring in the Blastoise. Don't really want to stay in against this thing, so I'll just go for that U-turn as is, and then just go out into my Evergreen, the Florges. Just take on anything this thing wants to go for. Just go for Ice Beam, that's fine. I can eat that up. I'm not too sure. My Florges is a huge threat to the team. I'm not too sure what he's going to go into. He's actually going to go out into his Entei here, actually, so I'm guessing it's more physically orientated, but either way I will scout with by going into Swampert. They do usually run mixed with Sacred Fire, and that's what he's gone for. Did a decent chunk and gets the burn, which is rather unfortunate for me. I'm actually going to kind of predict the Blastoise, so I will just go straight for that Toxic. As in comes the Blastoise now. No point setting on my rocks because I can obviously rapid spin them away. This Toxic will be pretty nice. Our burns rather unfortunate, but I do have the Florges, which I can also easily Aromatherapy, but he could potentially use that to get a free switch in something. But he's just going to go straight for that Water Pulse. Where's Goku? This is a fairy tale team, friend. But either way, I will just. And he gets the confusion. Hopefully, I don't hit myself. I don't. Gets off that Aromatherapy. And he's shouting me to get confused. I will just wish one up now as it goes out into his Hippowdon. I do manage to get the wish, which is decent. And he's most likely once again going to go for the rocks. So I'm actually going to go out into my Crobat. I was actually just go straight for that Earthquake. That's also fine. He's going to switch on out of there. Obviously I can defog anything he wants to go for. He's going to go out into his Umbreon. This is also fine. This gives me a free switch into the threat. What percent is his Blastoise on? I'm pretty sure if it's a more offensively orientated Blastoise, his Flare Blitz does at least 40%, around about there, I do believe. But he's actually going to stay in, leave his Umbreon in to die. So down goes that annoying threat, so that's not a problem no more. In comes Entei now. Again, still a problem. But I will just go into my Swampert. My Swampert was it pretty well, so we're just going to go for that Extreme Speed. Still doing a decent chunk, to be fair. Again, I kind of want to predict a switch. But, okay, this guy's going crazy. But, kind of want to predict a switch on out. Kind of want to double back into Evergreen, predicting the Blastoise once again, because that's what he does make, so that's fine. I can pop up a wish, get a bit of recovery back on the floor just at this point, and stall out some more toxic damage. Most likely going to go back out into Entei. Now he's actually going to stay in and go straight for that Water Pulse, fish for the confusion. Not going to happen this time round. And I'm kind of safe just a Moonblast. Because it keeps going for that Water Pulse. I kind of thought it'd switch, but either way I get a crit. I'm not sure if that mattered. Either way, I don't think it's going to matter too much in the long run, but who knows. So in comes this Entei now. I guess I'll just be that guy to get a bit of HP back. As I just go straight for that Sacred Fire once again. I can just go back out into... I'm just going to wish. I think he might be locked in. I think he might be potentially Scarf. So in comes this thing. I'm not fearing this thing either. So again, I'm just free to Moonblast at this point. I'm not too sure what our Rotom Mow can. It can potentially trick if he is in fact choiced. That'd be bad. And there it is. There's a trick. This is really annoying. But he has given me the spec, so this Moonblast should do a decent bit of damage. And it does. But the trick is rather unfortunate just because the support my Florges was given was actually a huge problem to his team. So yeah, he's going to Volt Switch now. I'm not even reading anything these guys are saying no more. This is completely confusing me. But yeah, Specs, Stab, unboosted, mind you. Moonblast does a decent bit to that thing. So once again, I can just go back out into Crobat. There's nothing this Hippowdon can do to me really. So I'm fine with this. And I can just U-turn and out. But will it predict the U-turn this time round? I'm pretty sure the Brave Bird's not going to do too much. At the same time, Brave Bird's kind of my safest play. 25% is it just stay in. And he's actually going to slack off. Should have gone for the taunt. So that's a bad play on my part. But at the same time, this thing shouldn't be too much of a problem. Kinda want to go for the taunt now. Expecting to stay in. And he switches this time around. And okay, so with that being said, I'm just going to Brave Bird the Machamp. It just goes to that bullet punch. That's perfectly fine. It's going to do absolutely nothing. Solid 88% to the Machamp. Really nice. Most likely going to switch out into his Hippowdon now. Or sack this thing. He's actually going to sack this thing. And it's not going to die to the U-turn. But I can just go out into this. My Luxus. And just go for that safe HP Grass. As it actually stays in, and down goes the Machamp. He's going to bring out Hippowdon now. I'm not too sure how much this does. I'm going to go for it. 36%. That's weak damage in my opinion. And he's able to get up his rocks now. So I'm going to be forced once again to defog these away. Hippowdon is actually a threat to my team. As they're going to go in Entei. This is rather unfortunate as I do believe he is in fact Scarf. So I have to kind of scout at this point. No, he's actually going to go for Extreme Speed. I'm not too sure if he is potentially choiced. But this is bad for me. So I'm just going to go out into Swampert. Kind of want to get up my rocks as well at this point. I'm just going to keep going for that E-Speed. I can go out into Gargiel, the Metagross. I need to get a Toxic on his Hippowdon, I believe, if I'm in order to win this. And I'm pretty sure. Let's go for Zen Headbutt. I can obviously anything he wants to go for. Does get the para. Don't get the full para. That's good. Down goes his Rotom. See that Hippowdon. I wasn't thinking it was going to be too much for a threat, but it turns out it is. In fact, it's going to be a problem. Let's go for Meteor Mash. As I don't even outspeed, but I do live. Go for that Meteor Mash. Does a decent 32%. Let's go for that Meteor Mash again, because it will force him. Okay, he's going to go for the slack off regardless. But I missed his time, of course. And yeah, he's going to take me out with following EQ. Let's go out into a Swampert now. I need to get a Toxic off on this thing, so it's exactly what I'm going to go for now. And these guys are going ham. And that outspeeds me, and I miss. Holy shit, seriously. Okay. This might have just lost me the game. I live with 1% hit this time. Thank you. I'm going to go down to Toxic, unfortunately, but that Entei is still a problem. Guess I'll go into main Nitrate. Go for the HP Grass. Let's go for HP Grass. Try and do as much damage to this thing as we're going to go for Earthquake. I do live with 20%. And Toxic will start to rack up. Go for HP Grass one more time. And if he does slack off, he'll take more Toxic damage. It just takes me out with an EQ. Go out into Natsu now. Just go for the Flare Blitz. And I'm not too sure how much an Extreme Speed does to the Florges Bubble Fat. Click Rock Slide, please. So just go for Rock Slide, see what he wants to go for. I'm pretty sure it's choiced in some way, but I don't think it's banded with Sacred Fire. That doesn't make too much sense. But we'll see what he wants to go for. And then it's down to Choice Specs Florges for the win. And actually outspeed and take him out regardless. So that is actually going to be the game. So pretty close game that time. But yeah, let's just get straight on to the next one, shall we?